Hi guys, Maikeru here. This is my farming aura refreshes guide. You can farm aura refreshes in a pretty cool way and you can get a decent amount an hour. Not only is this a good way to get aura refreshes, it's also a very good way to get some very fast Slayer points and some decent money. Now with all of that being said, let's get straight into the video. First of all, how the hell do Slayer points, everything like that, even correlate to aura resets? If you go to Dev's office and you right click Dev and you go onto rewards, Dev sells aura refreshes for Slayer points or Reaper points. The aura refreshes that you're gonna want are probably tier 2 or tier 3. Tier 2 resets things like penance, which is pretty good for AFKing and money making, and the tier 3 auras are what people use heavily in PVM. These auras in tier 3 are things like maniacal, reckless and berserk. They're these Zerk auras that everyone loves and really utilizes at bosses. So being able to buy these for Slayer points is cool, but how do we farm these? That's where Wilderness Slayer comes in. All you gotta do is get tasks from Mandriff in Edgeville and he is the Slayer Master for the Wilderness. No prefer or blot list works on him because he only has a few tasks that he gives. The only thing that works on him is the 120 Slayer cape perk, so if you have 120 Slayer it's gonna help you. As you can see here, he notices my cape and I can showcase every single one of the tasks that he can assign to you. That being said, I'm going to speak about the tasks that are decent and the ones that take a bit too long and aren't as good as the others. Abyssal Demons are a nice quick task in the wildy with aggression pots. Black Demons are one of the longer tasks and probably aren't worth taking unless you really have to. Blue Dragons are nice and easy, nice and quick. Fire Giants are again one that's a bit longer but not the worst. Gargoyles and Greater Demons are also in that category. Only take them when you really have no other choice. Green Dragons are one of the best tasks, they take no time at all. Hellhounds are probably the best task in terms of speed. They literally take like 5 minutes a task. Ice Strike Worms are pretty decent, they're very quick to kill, magic just rips through them. Calgarian Demons on the other hand take way too long alongside Lava Strikes, so if you're going for points, never take Calgarians or Lava Strikes. Revenants are one of the shortest tasks as well. They take around 1 overload dose to complete, which is 6 minutes. Very good. Water Fiends I really dislike. They're about the same length as things like Black Demons and I'd avoid them if you can. So the type of tasks you're looking to take are things like Abyssal Demons, Blue Dragons, Green Dragons, Hellhounds, Revenants. Then if you really have to, you can take tasks like Fire Giants and Greater Demons. But do try your best to avoid stuff that are like Lava Strike Worms and Calgarian Demons. As I said, they take way too long. Now the tasks have been broken down, let's get into showcasing some Wilderness Slayer. I picked Revenants for my tasks because I need them for the Slayer drop log, and they are one of the faster tasks. This is my Revenants preset. I use 2-piece Ghost Hunter, I use a Salve Amulet, I use Bandos, and a Revenant Bane 2-handed sword. And I kill them in Legacy. They are ghosts, so I have Genocidal Undead Slayer on my weapon, and that helps ton alongside P3E2. Then I just DPS them down as fast as I can with this setup, and I will showcase that here. All I do is teleport to the Friend 3 dungeon with my Wilderness swords. Revenants are inside this Friend 3 dungeon, so you just run through it and then go attack them. I use Soul Split, tier 95 prayer. I don't use tier 99 because it drains your prayer like a madman. And not everyone doing this is going to have a tier 99 prayer, so I feel like tier 95 prayers for this example and this hour that I'm testing in the wilderness is just going to be more fair. Running around the Revenants, you can pretty much one-shot all of them except for the dragon. You don't always one-shot them, but 9 times out of 10 you one-shot every single Revenant, which is really awesome. Because you only get like 50 in a task, it really doesn't take long at all to kill these Revenants. Like I said, it takes about 6 minutes, which is 1 overload dose. Very easy, very chill task to get done. 100% would recommend doing Revenants every single time you can. They're my favorite tasks in the wilderness as well, and they're the ones that are going to make you the most potential money as well. So yeah, always would recommend Revenants. Doing them in Legacy does make you more susceptible to being PK'd. But that being said, I didn't see any PKs this whole hour of Wilderness Slayer, and if I do, you can normally get away and lobby pretty easily or teleport out as long as you're paying attention. That all being said, whenever the task is done, I use my Wilderness Swords to teleport to Edgeville, get another task from Mandriff. I got Revenants again, so back I go. Second task done in around 12 minutes. Getting my third task, I got Water Fiends or Greater Demons. I absolutely hate Water Fiends, so Greater Demons it is. You can AoE them down pretty quickly in the friend-free dungeon as well with magic, so I went and done that. This is my magic setup. I just take Sea Singers, a amulet from Dungeoneering, which is the arcane necklace, obliteration staff, skeletal gloves and boots, and a ring of wealth. You can just take full skeletal if you're a bit more confident, but this is just a mock setup that is nice and tanky and durable. Hey, I got a Revenant drop enhancer. That's a rare drop table for the Wilderness Slayer. That's going to help me for my Revenant drops. I am happy boy. Oh, some big money as well this task. Look at that, 2.2 mil from the adrenaline crystals. Damn. The Wilderness Slayer table was very kind to us this task. Next task, Fire Giants or Water Fiends. They're both pretty bad, but I'll take Fire Giants, I guess. Fire Giants are annoying because they take ages to get to. I pull the Wilderness lever in Edgeville, run all the way past the Mage Arena, and then just a bit further southwest, there's a little dungeon. In this dungeon, right at the end of it, there are Fire Giants, but they can only be single targeted, and that's what makes this task take so long. Single targeting the Fire Giants is easy, but it does take a while. I think this and Greater Demons are the two longest tasks that I've done in this video, but when you have to take tasks and it gives you two longer ones, you kind of just have to make do and just take them. That being said, these being some of the longer tasks still only take around 10 minutes, which is pretty damn good. Obviously, I could skip them, but it costs 30 points to skip and I'm going to get less points an hour if I do that. But if you don't mind sacrificing less points an hour for more tasks being done, then you can skip tasks like this. That was our fourth task done in 36 minutes, but now it comes to the point where I have to leave the dungeon, run to the Mage Bank, teleport to the Mage Bank just to get back to Edgeville. But as soon as I get to the Mage Bank, I can use my Slayer Cape or my Wilderness Sword to get to Edgeville, get a new task, and I got offered Green Dragons or Hellhounds. Hellhounds are really good, but it offered me over 100, so that means Green Dragons are going to be faster. If it offered me like 70 Hellhounds, I would have took those. So Green Dragons it is. A nice pattern's forming here. I use my Wilderness Sword to go to the friend-free dungeon with my magic setup and just DPS those Green Dragons down. They are right at the entrance to this dungeon and you literally kill them in about 2-3 hits every single time. Remember that you do need super antis to make sure you're not taking loads of Dragon Breath damage. I just use Overload salves and then it gives me everything in one. But you can use like a Searing Overload, stuff like that, and they'll work perfect. Or even a super anti-fire on its own. Once you DPS down all of the dragons, should take you about 1 overload dose. The task will be done and you can go get another one. This is probably the quickest task when you get given a low amount of Hellhounds. I just got 66. Again, in the friend-free dungeon, Hellhounds are here. There is a place where there's like 8 of them or so. You can just AoE them all down with magic. They only have 3000 HP, so they pretty much die to most abilities. Or maybe you'll have to hit them twice at max and they're dead. This task literally took me like 4 minutes and it was done. New assignment. This is exactly why you use Slayer VIP tickets. Instead of Greater Demons, I can use a ticket for Green Dragons. Another easy 1 overload dose task. Next up, more Hellhounds. It was 100 of them, but that's still fine. About 1 overload dose again. Oh nice, I got some Bloodweed Seeds. I got 3 of them. That's a decent drop. 150k or so, I'll take that. My final task was another Revenants one, and I got halfway through it before the hour mark. So I managed 8.5 tasks in 1 hour while doing some that weren't the best in that because we had to. And this is a pretty realistic amount that you could do an hour. And if you're skipping tasks, you could probably push it to about 10 tasks an hour. But again, you're going to use points in skippings, so it kind of defeats the object. But if you're going just for money or something, then you can get 10 wildy tasks done an hour, and that's very good money. Either way, time to finish off this task and then get into a breakdown. Oh, Revenant Spirit, is that the pet? Is this the imp one? I haven't got any of them. Hey, is the pet? Hey, awesome. I know it's not very rare that imp pet's very common, but I needed that for the drop log anyway, and I've got the first one. Very nice. Also, as you can see in my chat, that was a 10th task in a row. So that gave me 100 points. Every 10 tasks you get 80 additional points, and then you get even more additional points every 50 tasks, just like normal Slayer. There he is. There's the imp petty boy. It looks ugly as hell, but I love it. I'm happy. Something that's very important to note is you make money with Wilderness Slayer even if you get no drops, just from bounty emblems. These are emblems that you hold in your inventory when doing Slayer tasks, and they upgrade whenever you complete a task. Every tier of emblem gives more and more points whenever you upgrade it, and it goes up to tier 10. You want to sell the emblems for points when it gets to tier 10, and you get a hell of a lot of money. To get an emblem to tier 10, however, takes 112 wilderness tasks, but it gives you 40,000 points to spend in the wilderness store. And to put that into money perspective, 30,000 points is an obliteration staff, which is 43 mil. So you're looking at nearly 60 mil for a tier 10 emblem, which is amazing. This then leads on to the breakdown. I got 8.5 tasks complete in the hour, which is 160 points for the 8 tasks. You also got to remember that you get 8 extra points per task because you get plus 80 on every 10 tasks. That's not even including the extra points you get for every 50 tasks, which is even more on top of that. But for argument's sake, we're just going to go with every 10 tasks giving us 80 additional points, just in case someone doesn't do it for 50 tasks. This would be 64 extra points from our 8 tasks, totaling 224 points an hour. 224 Slayer points an hour? That is nuts. This would work out to be 1.5 tier 3 aura refreshes, that's your maniacal, berserk, reckless, whatever, or over 2 tier 2 refreshes, which is penance and stuff like that. Personally, I like resetting penance whenever I'm doing any clue grind or some Slayer tasks, stuff like that. So having over 2 penance resets in an hour of Slayer is pretty cool as well. So that's pretty neat, right? You get 224 Slayer points if you're going for Slayer points for preferring blot lists, or you get some aura resets. But what about the GP? Well, I got around 3 mil in loot with the adrenaline crystal drops and some bloodweed seeds, stuff like that. And I also got 4 mil in 8 tasks of bounty emblem progress towards that tier 10 emblem. So like I said, you need 112 tasks to get a tier 10 emblem. I done 1/14 of this in 1 hour. That means it's going to take me 14 hours in order to get a tier 10 emblem to get 60 mil. That means I made just over 4 mil an hour just in progress for the bounty emblem. This would be 7 mil GP an hour on top of the Slayer points and everything. That's really awesome. This isn't even counting the bit of Slayer XP and stuff you get. The Slayer XP isn't great because we're doing pretty bad tasks, but it does add up. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. It was a bit of a different one, and I really like the fact that you can get aura refreshes this way. Definitely helps a ton. I personally went and bought quite a few penance resets because I'm going to be doing an elite clue grind, and penance with shadow creatures is amazing. Hopefully it did help you. Give it a like if you did enjoy and it was helpful, and until next time, see ya.